And now. All right, everybody, welcome to, what are we talking about?
Well, the name you gave it was My Little Pony versus Transformers the movie, Battle of the 1986 Box Office Bombs.
That's right. We are going to be today, first of all, I'm Bitter Corella, and this is my partner,
The Hungry Reader. But some of you, do any of you know us from our podcast special presentation with Mike and Ethan? Nobody?
Good.
Well, sit down. And now here is our theme song. Oh, I guess it's just the opening credits without the theme song. Oh, well.
That's good enough. The important thing is we have a podcast because we're two white guys. That's what we do.
Yes.
I have that part of the special.
Yes, this is. I very cleverly edited it so Binky says, "Tonight, Alf will not be seen tonight."
That's a reference to the title of the podcast.
Yes, our podcast is also called Alf Will Not Be Seen Tonight.
Yes, special presentation Alf Will Not Be Seen Tonight. We usually talk about comic strips that get turned into animated specials, but tonight we're going to be talking about 3 movies, actually, not just 2, 3 that came out in 1986. Hasbro wanted to make some money. They made My Little Pony the movie, G.I. Joe the movie, and Transformers the movie.
They made no money.
No.
They made some money, but not enough to make the thing.
That's for damn sure.
It did not go good for them.
Yes.
The same Transformers that I crossed over with.
Oh, yes.
But
Dead versions of 86.
Oh, you've seen it before. Oh, good. I was wondering if anybody here had seen any other Hasbro properties or if these were just Pony fans.
Yeah.
It's-
I actually did a countdown challenge for New Year's Eve with the Transformers movie.
Ooh. Well, let's see if we hit any of the things you counted down to.
Yeah.
So before we came, we watched all 3 movies. Has everyone here seen all 3 movies? Just the 2? You've seen all 3? All right. Excellent.
I basically remember seeing a lot of Transformers in when I was a little kid. I can't remember why I watched them.
Well, guess what? You're going to be reminded. Oh, you have a question in the back. Well, Mike, let's see if do you have enough left in your cup to participate in the drinking game?
Tell us what do you take a sip with Transformers movie?
what was how's the drinking game go?
Character death, big guys included.
Mm-hmm.
Does character death count?
Finish your drink when Moonbase 1 is destroyed. And Moonbase 2, but apparently there's one in there now.
I feel like this game would kill you.
Yes. I mean, it would kill you in the first 5 seconds. It's like, oh, the entire population of the planet Lithone died. Drink.
Well, that's a shot.
Okay.
Yeah. Moonbase 1, Moonbase 2 is a shot. Optimus Die is a shot. Let's see.
What about Brawn dying?
That counts.
See, the joke here is that people can't agree whether Brawn died or not.
How many times they say Universal?
Yes, I am in my element here. Thank you. Hey, you guys aren't on mic.
Hey,
Trying to do a podcast here, folks. Anyway.
so we got the so we've
Established that the Transformers, a lot of people die in that, but like these 3 movies, they all bombed. They all bombed. I believe it was MLP and Transformers bombed so bad that they put G.I. Joe straight to video.
Yes, and they cut its budget. In fact,
Yes.
while Transformers and My Little Pony have original songs and an original soundtrack, G.I. Joe the movie just uses the same canned musical clips from the show. So it really does feel like just a special. But that's what we're all about here at Special Presentation.
I mean, do they deserve? Because they're all remembered as shit movies. In general, do they deserve that reputation? That's the question that we set out to answer.
Yes.
And I think we actually figure out no, they don't, but for different reasons.
Yes. Every one of them is beautiful and unique in its own way, just as all of us are. Am I right or am I right? Oh, yes, sir. You, friend.
I know, like, speaking of, like, Transformers the movie, I know Unicron, like, I recently saw a death battle of Unicron against Galactus. Galactus won, but I didn't realize that Unicron had so much, like, freaking godlike power.
Yes, I think they didn't know enough about Unicron to make that video, honestly.
They did. This guy into life.
Now,
One round is a little bit too much for us to discuss in a half hour.
So wait, is Unicron is like a planet, right? He's like a planet. So Unicron, played by our good friend Orson Welles.
Yes.
In his dying role, his final role, he died like 2 days later.
Yes.
Amazing performance, though, because you can tell he does not give a shit, which is what a planet should feel in that situation, because the Transformers, and in fact, the fate of worlds is so far beneath them that Orson Welles' like completely checked out performance is perfection for that. And a big part of why Transformers the movie, despite being pretty incoherent as far as I'm concerned, is actually pretty interesting. I think it's got something going for it. Of the three movies, I would probably say it's the best of the three. But
well, before we answer any further questions, let's continue with our actual presentation. I went to a lot of trouble to make these visual aids for you, and you're gonna watch.
oh, they're on a screen.
Yes.
Check it out, people. You love looking at screens.
Yeah, that's when you're here, right?
You're in 2025. That's all you do. You look at screens. You love it. We all love it. It's what we do. It's what we do here in America.
So, all three of these movies have things in common, and we are going to go through them. We start with all of our familiar characters, the ponies, the Autobots, and the G.I. Joe team, have a small cadre of new recruits, which if you haven't seen the My Little Pony movie or the specials that came before it, you may not realize that they had completely changed the pony cast. Yep.
We need to sell those toys.
Absolutely. The only recurring character, as far as I can tell, is Spike. And there is, however, a baby Lickety-Split, indicating that Lickety-Split was pregnant in the last one, I guess?
That's correct. Lickety-Split is baby Lickety-Split's mom. The only male ponies that we ever see in G1, though, are the Big Brother ponies, of course, who appear in the Somnambula episode. And they appear to be the Big Brothers, but also the boyfriends of the ponies. It's a little confusing. Yeah, you know.
Did they make a joke about Big Brother Pony is watching you?
They should have, but instead, I should mention the Big Brother ponies are on a race around the world in that one. And one of them is named Quarterback.
Oh.
Because that's the thing boys like. The boys love quarterbacks.
Do you think they're actually trying to market them to boys, or is it just that, the girl... Yeah.
I believe there actually were purchasable toys of the Big Brother
Well,
ponies.
I know there were toys. Obviously there were toys, but I'm saying, were they trying to sell them to the boys?
It was actually meant for a general audience back then.
Oh yeah, the general audience loves the Big Brother ponies. But why was I talking about the Big Brother ponies? Oh, yes, they're obviously the fathers of Baby Lickety-Split.
No.
The new ponies we have. So Baby Lickety-Split is a new pony.
Yes. The movie starts with them having a sort of coming out party for the new ponies?
They have their cotillion.
Yes.
Now, the thing about the My Little Pony movie 1986, now those of you familiar with My Little Pony Generation 4, you probably noticed the thing about the ponies in Generation 4. They have distinct personalities. They're like characters and stuff, right? Yeah. Not so in Gen 1. They're all the same. It's a huge amalgamated mass of ponies that just represent the toys you're supposed to buy, except for our artistic queen, Wind Whistler. She does have a personality, but the others not so much.
Thank you.
I would say the Generation 1 ponies have more in common with the Minions than any...
That is devastating, but not inaccurate.
Yes.
The Generation 1 pony...
Or the Rabbids.
Oh, yeah. So Generation 1, I do love it, but not for the ponies. It's for the villains.
Same here, actually.
Villains.
Yeah, because... Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were kind of the main characters, since not even the animators were able to tell the ponies apart.
Oh, yeah. So, but you said these three movies had things in common. One is a new recruit. So
Yes, we have the new recruits for the Joes, which include, again, a sports guy, because boys love sports, and a ninja who is bad luck.
Oh, that sucks when you have bad luck as a ninja.
Yes.
It's the last thing you want.
And of course, now the Transformers movie has skipped forward 20 years into the future. We don't know if that's also what happened with the ponies. If Lickety Split actually became a 20-year adult and then had baby Lickety Split, but
It could have happened.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I don't know how long. Well, yeah.
it used to be a common Transformers fanon that RC was Optimus Prime's daughter, but I don't know if I really buy that. Apart from that, Optimus Prime's girlfriend is also pink.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and one of the new recruits is a gender minority who didn't get a toy.
Oh, who was it in Memo Pootie?
It was Danny.
Oh, that's right. I
Megan and Molly
forgot.
got toys, but Danny did not.
I wonder why.
Little fun fact about Danny. How many here are Teen Titans fans?
That is almost no hands.
Robin.
That's the guy who voiced Robin in Teen Titans, the Cartoon Network version?
Yep.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, crap. That is awesome.
So yes.
Humble beginnings.
So Danny did not get a toy. Everyone knows RC did not get a toy for quite some time.
Who was the Joe that didn't get a toy?
Oh, I'm cheating a little. It's not a Joe. It was the female character added for the by Pythona. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Python is hot.
That's probably why they didn't add her.
Yeah, it was too spicy for the 1980s.
With her extremely organic jumpsuit.
That looks like she's had Kirby swallow her, like in that new game.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe is extremely. The G.I. Joe movie is extremely meat punk.
Yes.
It's very Beksinski.
It's as much into meat as the Transformers movie is into metal.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Because, like, sorry, go on. Well, let's see. What other similarities do we have?
Our young and experienced new character makes a costly mistake, as in Baby Lickety Split tries hot dogging too much on stage and is rejected by the other ponies for it. Meanwhile, Falcon allows a Cobra agent into his base that enables Serpentor to escape and murder his brother.
What a dumbass.
Yes. And of course, Hot Rod. Yep. And of course, Hot Rod ended up giving Megatron a hostage and enabling the death of Optimus Prime. However, if you would not do the same, you are what is called a Decepticon.
Not only were there 3 non-transforming toys that got canceled within V1, there was also that one weird Japanese model kit that also.
Yes. However, some of you might not know that original canceled RC toy is finally coming out. Yes.
Morning has come to America.
Yes. Oh wow, somebody's cosplaying as you.
Oh shit.
And so someone's also cosplaying as you 5 years ago.
And I should also mention that in the original script for the Transformers movie, none of the Autobots blame Hot Rod for Optimus's death.
In fact, nobody does in any version of the script. They certainly don't in the movie that was made.
I mean, he was held hostage. Like, there was nothing really he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my biggest complaints. They should have kept the Magnus drawing order.
That is a unfortunate loss there. At least it was in the comics.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Optimus. That's what he does.
So
He sacrifices himself and he knows things.
Does this mean you guys can actually tell the different Transformers apart? Because I can't.
Mike is not good at that.
I'm not good at that, but I'm also not good at telling the ponies apart or the G.I. Joes apart.
Yes.
I don't think the mom was a fan of
This is-
G.I. Joe. She wasn't like into the girly stuff. She was actually a G.I. Joe fan. But
You
I
understand-
also thought the G.I. Joes all had very distinct styles.
I'm told they do, but this might be a me problem. I might just be dumb. I don't know.
No, the thing is, you didn't watch these shows correctly. You're supposed to watch them with the action figure in hand and be like, "Oh, that's my guy. There's my guy. That's
true.
what he's doing."
The problem is they didn't have any. Man. So did these three movies have anything else in common?
Oh yes, a new villain arrives with two greedy henchmen. We of course have the witch Hydia and her delightful daughters Rika and Draggle, and it is to My Little Pony's intense disfavor that these characters have not become regulars. Because they are absolutely the runaway stars of the movie.
They are awesome.
We did not. It is not My Little Pony. It's my three little divas.
You got Danny
That's right. We got Rhea Perlman as Rika. I think we have Cloris Leachman as well as Hydia.
Yes.
And Madeline Kahn, who played Drago.
Yep. Some real star power.
Yeah, for real.
Also, Danny DeVito, I think, was the Moochick in it, wasn't it?
No.
King of the Grunt.
No.
Oh, he was the King of the Grunt. Tony Randall was
Tony
the
Randall,
Moochick,
yes.
wasn't he? So, but, amazing star power in My Little Pony the movie. It's too bad they didn't make a good movie.
Yes.
But
G.I. Joe introduces Burgess Meredith as the new villain Globulus. How do you come up with these names?
great
honestly?
name. Very snake related.
Yes.
Globulus.
Yes, a man dressed entirely in crustaceans. Who?
Meredith's fine forward, too.
Really, I did not know that. Actually,
You know what? Good for him.
Yes.
Get that bag.
From a penguin to a crustacean.
Did anyone die after doing the My Little Pony movie? Because if they did, that would be a third. Because we have Orson Welles from the Transformers movie. We have Burgess Meredith from G.I. Joe. Now, if we have someone who died after doing the My Little Pony
Tony
movie.
Randall died.
Tony Randall?
Oh, he died in 2004.
Oh,
Okay.
damn. Okay, I guess he was around for a
Wow.
long.
Thank you. Does anybody know when Bowser died?
Which one? You mean Harvey Atkin?
No, the one from
No, the real Bowser.
Sha-Na-Na, who was the voice of the Schmooze.
Oh.
That's right, because we also have not mentioned the Schmooze yet.
Yes, which is as the other great star, the other diva of My Little Pony. And of course, in Transformers, we introduce Galvatron, formerly Megatron, and Skywarp, formerly Bombshell, and Skywarp. Thank you. Yes. Yes, there's a lot of argument over which one is which, and the answer is, who the hell cares?
Truth.
And of course, heralds the coming of a truly apocalyptic threat, which in the pony's case is the Schmooze.
Oh, yeah, we gotta love the schmooze.
I love the Schmooze because it is. They really wanted to do the greedy from Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, that's the one. Mike's favorite movie.
I fucking
Hate Raggedy Ann and Andy, the movie, A Musical Adventure.
Andy himself is okay.
Disgusting, awful, the worst. Raggedy Ann and Andy, and that it is inappropriate for anyone. I hate it, and it's bad.
and the schmooze is okay though. The schmooze can stay.
I think the Schmooze is better because it's not as well animated, so it doesn't turn your stomach.
You know what I like about the Schmooze? No one can stop it.
Yeah.
Don't even try. They have a whole song about it. They say, don't even try, because you can't stop the Schmooze. You think you can stop the Schmooze? No one can stop the Schmooze.
You cannot stop the song from getting out of your head.
That is the entire point of the Schmooze. It is unstoppable.
So what happens when the Schmooze takes on the Grimace? Because
Well-
nothing can kill the Grimace.
Well, actually, it turns out someone can stop the Schmooze. The Schmooze is stoppable, despite all claims. Yes, you had a question.
Grimace and the Schmooze. Unstoppable force versus immovable object.
Yes.
Wait a second here. Isn't Grimace and the Schmooze, they're the same being.
Well-
the Schmooze is a melted Grimace.
Or perhaps...
They're both purple.
Yes. So...
Oh my god, we've blown the lid off the Grimace Schmooze conspiracy.
So, well, you know what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, right? They merge.
They
which
become.
means that you would get a new version of the Schmooze going, Dodgy Ronald, Dodgy Ronald, Dodgy.
It would be the Grimooze, the Smooze,
The Smace.
the Smice, the Smooze. Anyway, it can't be stopped, but it can. It turns out you can stop the Smooze. The Smooze is stopped.
The apocalyptic threat posed in the G.I. Joe movie is, brace yourself, organic fungal ICBMs that are going to launch into space and release spores that will mutate everyone on Earth into wild beasts. That is the plot of G.I. Joe the movie.
That's it. That is the G.I. Joe. Listen, these three movies, My Little Pony, they decided we're going to make like a really good episode of My Little Pony.
Yes.
We're going to make a big, long, good episode of My Little Pony. And they did. Pretty good job. Transformers said, we're going to do a movie. They don't let it. Let's do something new. Let's do something they don't let us do on the TV. And they did that. And G.I. Joe was like, let's do a fuck ton of cocaine. More cocaine than should be humanly possible. It would kill a rhinoceros as much cocaine. We're going to do that much cocaine, and then we're going to make G.I. Joe the movie.
My position is the My Little Pony directors were like, let's do the best My Little Pony movie we can. The Transformers directors were like, let's do our own Star Wars. And the G.I. Joe group was like, let's do our own Nausicaa, the Valley of Wind.
So what you're saying is, the plot of the G.I. Joe movie is that they have to stop a nuclear war.
What's the nuclear part? An organic nuclear war. I think we're going to end up creating more G.I. Joe fans here than we realize.
What we wanted to come to, Unicron,
Yes. Yes, we have, of course, the immortal Orson Welles as Unicron, the Chaos Bringer, the Planet Devourer. Oh, thank you for the background music.
I think they're literally going to say that every Unicron has like every Transformers is the same Unicron.
Yes. It's... Yes.
So that Unicron, I think it agrees to be a Transformers Rise of Beast.
Mm-hmm.
About if what if Unicron Unicron, he is so he's over the Orson Welles planet.
Yes.
Wow, he is that's a lot of planets.
If they really wanted to, they have the recording of Orson Welles from the 1986 movie. They can just take it over and put it in the Rise of the Beast.
They should just bring it back, you know.
But we have, and yes, a gruesome survivor of the apocalyptic threat delivers a dire warning. Does anyone know who the gruesome survivors in the My Little Pony movie are?
The ones that were smooth.
No, it's the Grundles. The delightful little troll-like characters that it really seems like they wanted to do a toy with these guys, but they didn't.
No.
But anyway, they come from Grundle Land, which was already destroyed by the Smooths. Now, was it Hydia who did that?
I assume so. Spoos doesn't seem very proactive. I think it always comes about when Hydia kind of makes it.
It does look
Like the kind of thing that would rather lie on the couch most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it could be one of her ancestors.
Doo-wopping, yeah. That's right, she does have a lot of interesting ancestors. And of course, and some of you might already know that the tragic figure who has already faced the spores in the G.I. Joe movie is Cobra Commander himself. If you didn't... Yes, if you didn't know what he looks like under the helmet, well, you still don't, because this is after he was even further mutated.
Yeah, he got a raw deal at Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
They turned him into a snake.
I mean, he was already kind of a snake, right?
I mean, his whole career was snake themed, so it was probably a lateral move. But
Yes.
like, the thing is, like, I did not know before G.I. Joe the movie that Cobra came from space. Apparently, they do. They are aliens. They come from Cobra Law.
Cobra Law is like a lost civilization.
Oh, it's a lost civilization.
They are Earthlings.
Ostensibly.
Oh, is that?
But then the Ice Age came and killed off most of them, and then the Mammoths evolved to replace them.
So they're literally just the lizard people.
Yes. Yes, it's a lizard people conspiracy
So
theory.
so what we're saying is, it's the conspiracy is the Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group, Bohemian Grove, Vatican, Cobra. That's, how it works.
Vampires.
That's the Reverse Vampires in conjunction with the Rand Corporation. Anyway, no one's recording. We're okay here. No one's sending this to the black helicopters in the U.S. government that we've blown the lid off the conspiracy.
And of course, the survivor of Unicron is Kranix. Now,
Who's this guy? I don't remember Kranix.
Kranix was the last survivor of the planet Lithone, which, as you might guess from the name, Lithone was initially supposed to be a planet of rock people. But I think Hasbro got word that Rock Lords was coming out, and were like, hey, we don't want to advertise that. Just make them regular robots.
Yeah, just regular robots.
Yes.
Actually, they redecorated a later Unicron toy that came in a Minicon, and they just made him Kranix.
Yes.
Concerning.
Poor Kranix. I have always had a special place in my heart for him, because the one thing about Lithones that Lithones have that Cybertronians don't, children. Baby robots died and were eaten. So
That's dark.
it is really dark. So we have no proof that.
Like it was crippled like babies in the womb.
Yeah.
That was basically the equivalent of it in Transformers 1.
Now, and of course, although plagued with guilt about their thoughtless mistake, here is of course Baby Lickety Split being chewed out for being too eager to perform. And now weeping again because look at what could have brought her to this lowly state.
Baby Lickety Split is the worst baby.
And of course,
yes.
Falcon got his brother killed.
Oh yeah, that is probably the worst. Boy, wow, that's pretty bad. He got his brother killed. In a coma. He put his brother in a coma.
Yeah, don't worry, kid, he's in a coma, so we can sell you more toys later.
I buy the new Duke coma figure.
Actually, Rodimus doesn't seem all that guilt-plagued, but, he's going through a lot more than both of the rest of them. His entire city has been destroyed, and he's on the run, so...
It's a hard to be a Transformer.
Yes.
Hard.
In the original script, I read that he actually was killed.
Oof.
And the other Autobots
And of course, the new recruit demonstrates the true power of friendship with their wacky new allies. Of course, it's the helpful Grundles. I think this would have been their play feature, because you keep seeing them stack on top of each other. So I feel like the Grundles would probably have been pegs that could stick together.
Yeah, that might have been the idea. They never ended up doing it. My Little Pony had a history of not doing toys of the best characters.
No. And often they didn't feature the toy feature they were trying to sell in the first place.
No, you can't even get a Smooze. You can't get a Smooze figurine.
I guess they just figured you'd use your ectoplasm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which was another toy that was available at the time. If you all remember, not G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters. They sold you ectoplasm in a jar. It was like GAC, but it was different because it was branded for the real Ghostbusters, which was another show in the 80s. Who here remembers the 80s? No, you don't, you liars. You liars. Look at you. You're what? 30? There's no way. The 80s. You're like, no, this guy's not even going to try to lie. This guy's like, no, I'm too young and crispy. There's no way I can pretend to remember the 80s.
I grew up with a lot of late TV channels and my girlfriend.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, me too. That's why I never got into Star Wars. I was like, Star Wars? That's what my jerk older brother is into.
I guess that's fine. I was there, back in the day. I was there, Gandalf, 1,000 years ago. On Cybertron. I
walk around with these ugly Earth bodies.
That's right. I was born on Cybertron. Anyway,
the truth is, you never have to walk around with these ugly Earth bodies. You can change them anytime you want.
That's true. It's a good thing.
That's right. It's right in the name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ain't called Transformers. Anyway, the Joes have because Falcon is such a screw up, he gets sent to a boot camp and meets a bunch of other screw ups just like him.
Oh, who does he meet? Who are these guys he meets?
I don't remember their names.
There's a football guy, I remember that, and there's a ninja.
And they're all being taught by Sergeant Slaughter.
That's Sergeant Slaughter. He's a real guy. He's a real guy. Did you know that?
Of course I knew it. He appeared in G.I. Joe commercials in person.
I did not realize Sergeant Slaughter was a real guy. Was he like a wrestler?
Yeah, he was a wrestler.
Wow, that is I bet when kids watched G.I. Joe, the movie in the 80s, and they were like, that is a real guy that you can now buy as a toy. He's the guy who taught all the Joes everything they know at boot camp.
There are two ways you can get out of it. On your feet like a man or in a ditty bag. An itchy bitchy ditty bag.
A ditty bag. So if you ever wondered where the name Diddy Kong comes from, now you know.
He came in a bag. Now, Sergeant Slaughter, he does teach them, I believe.
Yes.
Teaches them how to Joe.
And of course, along the way, Hot Rod makes friends with the bizarre Junkions and their leader Retgar. And it might be. I thought it was a large Energon goodie box, but let's not forget Wheelie. And now you boo at Wheelie, but Mike had the best take on Wheelie because the first time we watched Transformers the movie, it did not register with Mike that Wheelie was supposed to be a child. Mike was like, "Oh, this is like a little leprechaun man."
I mean, that's kind of what
He seems like he's like a tiny man who speaks in rhyme, right?
I love this idea. I love the idea that Transformers, at least robot mode, is a mythical creature.
I mean, they
A
could.
mythical humanoid.
There's a whole thing they could have done with that.
Yeah,
They could have had like a whole new line. They just didn't think of it.
Well, I mean, depending on what mythical creature you got, they had the headmasters. That's basically a whole line of Penangolons.
Oh, that's right. That kind of is. Did we get them in Transformers the movie? Are those the guys?
Those guys come later. Yes. Yes, the very last episode of Generation 1, because it kind of killed the line. Yes. And of course, though the final battle is costly and one civilization is destroyed, the new recruit saves the day.
That's right.
So these three movies have more in common than you would think, even though they are very different vibes.
Yes, the flutter ponies are summoned to blow away the smooths with their wings. You know, because I got to say, even as a 100% red-blooded little boy, I kind of wanted a flutter pony. And then I tried out my cousins and like, oh, it broke right away. Shit.
Yeah, Flutter Pony toys.
Yeah,
Really.
and I was a Transformers fan, so I was used to very delicate toys that broke at the drop of a hat. But this one took me by surprise.
Did it break as fast as a Rocks and Bugs and thing, though?
Oh, that's a hard one. The Rocks and Bugs and things.
Those broke fast.
Yeah, they did.
Is that fragile?
I mean, they're like made out of spider silk. They're very fragile. But like the Flutter Ponies are also the only thing that can stop the smooths.
Yes.
So
because they break, nothing can stop the smooths.
Yes. They flutter and it causes the smooths to stop. I think if I remember.
Yeah, I think in a later cartoon that is called the Utter Flutter.
Oh, is it? They have a name for it?
Yes.
Like the server stairs.
Yes.
They do. That's right. They
Yes.
do. The Flutter Ponies, whatever. They're fine. They're fine.
They're fine. I mean, again, it's not like they went to much trouble to give them any personality either.
No.
Look, we're all here for the smooths. That's really the unique selling proposition of My Little Pony. The movie 1986, the smooths. We're not here to see Og. Nobody cares about Og, that fucking spider. Why is he even in the movie? He adds nothing. Nothing.
He should have eaten a planet.
He should have. People were coming to see the smooths. People were like, I want to see the My Little Ponies get covered in a goo. I want the My Little Ponies to just squirt on them, and I can look at the My Little Ponies covered in goo and be like, that's some good goo. That's it. I'm just saying it's some good goo on them ponies. Good goo on the ponies. And everyone's like, we like seeing the goo on the ponies. We like seeing the goo on the ponies. Anyway, that's why we like the smooths. We love the smooths.
Yeah, but
if there had been My Little Pony toys that work like the real Ghostbusters Gooper Ghosts.
Oh, that would be so hot.
Yes.
Oh, I would love that. That would be so good if we... Not hot. I meant it would be very interesting if we had some... It would be very interesting in a platonic way if there was a Ghostbuster crossover where they had goo on the ponies. Anyway.
Also, another thing that the My Little Pony movie fails at is it should have ended with revealing that one of the moons of Ponyland is a screaming head. And
this is where we hear Orson Welles' final role in
Generation 1 shows from something else.
Oh yeah, Bumblebee and what's his name? He was the main friend of the
Yeah.
For years, people argued that it was actually Leonard Nimoy doing that last line, but but Wally Burr, the director, confirmed that no, that is Orson Welles. He just actually acted for once.
Wow.
Orson Welles is like, fuck it, I'll do
Do it. Why not? Oh, I'll do one last thing. And then he died. He was like, I'm done with this. Blah. Anyway, Orson Welles is in Transformers the movie. I believe he actually had an interview about it, didn't he? He was like,
Yes.
it's a movie about toys.
Yeah, he said the Japanese have made this terrible movie about robots that do terrible things to each other. I play what's his name? Yeah.
Unicron made on the Transformers universe, he'd have probably changed his mind.
I
I
mean,
played a giant toy that ate other toys, and then something or other happened to me, and I tore myself apart. That's what I do.
It's true. He does rip off his own leg. It's very cinematic.
he gets real mad. He's Orson Welles. He can afford to do it. Orson Welles, more like Orson Smells.
More like H.G. Well, wait.
Oh.
That's your tomorrow thing.
Oh.
Man or the world?
What if there was a planet that was so big it could eat everything in the world? I just think that'd be really interesting. Oh yeah, I guess it would be. I just think it'd be interesting, not
So
like
those are all the things that the three movies have in common.
But I also have, I will present to you, here are some of the things that only two movies have in common. What would you do to complete the link? To start with, only two of the movies do they have someone named Spike.
Oh. I'm gonna make a random guess here. Is it G.I. Joe does not?
G.I. Joe does not have a Spike. So who would Spike be? Would it be okay? You have an answer?
We've got two characters named Danny.
You're ahead of the game here, sir.
So we've got Spike the Dragon and Spike Witty, I'm assuming?
Spike Witwicky, yes. Yes. Not a rare name, but a name.
It's yeah, I believe it exists.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
We have two Spikes, we have two Dannys. Oh, I guess that was all I could think of.
They had the one voicing the main villain died the year it came out.
Oh, okay, so, but Cloris Leachman did not die that year, thankfully.
I said only two movies.
Yes.
Only two.
Meredith
Anyway.
and Orson Welles.
And anyway, here are some features that are in only one movie that I think would improve all of them.
Let's hear this.
The My Little Ponies actually sing the theme song. You hear Spike playing their theme on the piano. So I feel very strongly that at some point, perhaps during Duke's funeral, which was probably cut, they could have had, like, I don't know, the Los Angeles Gay Men's Chorus do a stirring rendition of the G.I. Joe theme in real time. And all of this. Oh, that's another thing that they all have in common. All three of them have an extended version of the theme that you know, with new lyrics and everything.
We also get Dare to Be
Stupid in the Transformers movie, which is
Yes.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And My Little Pony gives us Nobody Can Stop the Smooths.
Yes.
That bop that we all love.
Which should have been the...
I guess that should have been the theme song for the next season, right?
Nobody can stop the smooth. Have you heard the news? Nobody can stop the smooths. Smooths rhymes with news. Baba-boos. I don't know the rest of the song.
Anyway, yes, the My Little Pony movie is also a fully musical. So I like the idea of the Transformers actually singing "Dare" and "You Got the Touch" on screen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. I think so.
The Transformers movie does have a good soundtrack.
And it's also interesting to imagine the Decepticons actually singing instruments of destruction as they mow the Autobots down. Perhaps in 4-part Barbershop.
Now I'm going to put the soundtrack.
They're really not done.
While we're talking about the soundtrack for the Transformers movie, I spoke this talk a lot. I just wanted to bring up the fact that there's like a 12-inch picture disc of Superion that has like the touch and I think Dare to Be Stupid on it.
Of Superion?
Yes.
The combiner?
Yes.
That's
I don't
cool.
know why.
Huh.
I don't know why. The same thing is real. I can look it up.
That is wild.
Now, here is something else that is very unusual. I know there are not a lot of Joe fans in here. Does anyone know what is special about this fellow here, Tunnel Rat?
His ad was all stuck together.
No, what is special about Tunnel Rat is that he has the face of the man who was basically G.I. Joe's creator, Larry Hama. Yes. So I feel that who would you say is the creator of My Little Pony outside of Hasbro itself? Bonnie Zachary, yes. So there should have been a pony with the face of Bonnie Zachary. And I don't know who would say the creator of Transformers, and maybe Bob Badinsky. I can definitely see one with Bob's face on it. Yes, I would say so. I mean, it's 2 or 3 different toy lines smushed together. You know, which is. Yes. No one is here who doesn't think it's like, no, it's not just to sell toys. You know, that's what a terrible thing to say. You apologize to Optimus this minute.
Why would you say such a thing?
Yes, Weird Al Yankovic is in one movie. He should have been in all 3.
He isn't in
Yes, he said the song "Dare to Be Stupid" appears while they are fighting the Junkions.
That's right. I don't think about
Weird Al appears in My Little Pony until Generation 4, which is a real oversight.
And ironically, Weird Al voices Red Dog in Transformers Animated.
Yes, Transformers Animated is my favorite take on the series, personally. Oh yes, and the G.I. Joe movie stars a wrestler as himself. So I put it to you, which 80s wrestler should have appeared in the My Little Pony movie?
Captain Lou Albano.
Mario!
You're all wrong. It's a fantasy. It should be Andre the Giant.
I mean, come on.
Yes. And for Transformers, I'm not sure if I could think of anyone. Wait, no. When they went to Junkion, they should have met Junkyard Dog.
Hey! Oh, hey!
Yes.
Man is speaking sense here.
And one last thing that all of them, only one movie features, but they all should have, some characters combined. We should have had some of the Joes merge into a big Joe and some of the ponies merge into a big pony. Or possibly, perhaps Spike could have sacrificed himself into the smooze and then absorbed it and become a giant purple slime dragon. Would that be very interesting?
I think that would be interesting.
I just think it would be interesting if Spike got real big.
Oh yes, stacking the Grundles. It's like transforming, but like Swerve says, you put 2 Decepticons in one room, they're going to end up on each other's shoulders. They're obsessed with combining.
If there's one thing better than a giant robot, it's 2 or more giant robots that combine into one bigger giant robot.
Yes.
I love combining robots. I love sticking them together, merging them into one being so their flesh is combined.
Yes.
We're born into new universes where the robots are one.
That's why I'm a huge fan of the Buster Clucks that are some Megazords.
I don't know what that is. It sounds hot, though. I'm totally into these Megazords. I'm down with these Megazords. Anyway, what else do we have about these guys?
That's the end of my presentation.
That is great, because we're actually out of time.
Oh, we are? Oh.
Yeah, we ran over about 17 minutes.
Oh,
That's totally fine, because...
Who's going to fucking kick us out? It's 11 o'clock.
Wait, but the next thing starts at 12.
Oh, really?
Starts at 12?
Oh,
okay.
well, we can see talking. So how do we? Who's here? Who here? Who here is into the smooze? Who likes the smooze? I am obsessed with the smooze. Oh, thank you. I'm glad we got some. It sings. It talks. It's got faces on its goo. I love that the witches of Gloom Mountain are like, we fucking hate fun. We're going to stop it. We're done with these ponies are having a party. No, we're not going to allow this. We are going to end this. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to make an unstoppable wall of goo. This goo is going to gooify all of Ponyland. People are going to get goo on them. They can't get it off. They're going to be real pissed about it. And it's going to sing. It's going to sing. It's going to be a great time. And then they're like, also like, you know what? We should also get a giant spider for why the fuck not? Let's just get a spider. Oh, does James Earl Jones? He does the Grogar. No, not Grogar. The lava guy. King Lavin, which is in the episode King. Yes, he played King Lavin, Generation 1, the Quest of the Princess Ponies. He plays a lava demon that turns into a crystalline entity. Oh man, you guys, you gotta watch the episode. Quest of the Princess Ponies.
Yeah.
Oh, who did he play?
And of course, let's not forget that Frank Welker and Peter Cullen were not only the two heads on the GoBot Sticks and Stones, or Rock Lord, as you might, but they were also Pac-Man's two pets.
Oh, the cat and the dog?
Chomp Chomp and Sourpuss. Yes.
Oh, what a world! Who would have thought?
Touch it to be unfortunately canceled, BABScon exclusive Twilight Sparkle Prime.
Yes. I was at the. Yes, there was a proposal for Twilight Sparkle Prime at BotCon, and when I went to the BotCon where they announced that they weren't going to be doing that, the way they characterized that was that they proposed it, and Hasbro said no. Well, no.
Extreme cock blocker, that Hasbro.
Yes.
Actually, these boxes are unfortunate. They're probably going for like $700 in the aftermarket, and I've sold them.
Well, I just wish they had done a pony recolor of Mach Kick, the horse transformer whose arm is a horse head that extends on a giant spring and who has real rooted hair.
Oh. You know what I like? I like when they have the real corn silk hair. That's good. Well, all right. I think that about concludes it for everything about
Yes.
these movies.
So everybody, make sure to buy Mike's new book.
Oh, that's right. Buy my book. Why not? You'll enjoy it. It's full of.
And if anybody here is a publisher, I've got one to sell too.
I love your hat, madam. I love your hat.
It is fantastic.
I have not been able to stop looking at that hat all night. It's like it's a pony on your head. It's like there's a party on my head and everyone's invited. Anyway, I'm gonna. Should I stop recording here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. This is gonna be an interesting episode.
It is.